the more you explain, the less they understand. Have you ever noticed? The more you try to explain yourself, the more misunderstood you become. At first, you think, maybe I didn't say it clearly, so you explain again, with more words, more details, more honesty, hoping this time they'll finally understand. But somehow, nothing changes, because the problem was never your explanation. Sometimes, people don't misunderstand you because you failed to explain. They misunderstand you because they've already decided who you are. And once someone chooses a story about you, every word you say becomes evidence for the story they already believe. It's exhausting trying to defend a version of yourself that only you know, trying to convince people who stopped listening long before you started speaking. Maybe you've apologized for things that weren't your fault. Maybe you've explained your intentions again and again, not because you were guilty, but because you were afraid of being misunderstood. Here's something most people learn far too late. Not everyone is looking for the truth. Some people are only looking for confirmation of what they already think. That's why no explanation will ever be enough. The more you speak, the more they search for something to use against you. Silence isn't weakness. Sometimes it's wisdom, because peace doesn't always come from being understood. Sometimes peace comes from accepting that not everyone will understand you. And that's okay. You don't need everyone's approval to know your worth. You don't need to win every argument to protect your dignity. Some conversations have no finish line. No matter how much kindness you bring, no matter how carefully you choose your words, there are people who only hear what fits like their own expectations. Let them. Your job isn't to control how people see you. Your job is to live in a way that allows you to sleep peacefully at night. Think about it. How much energy have you spent trying to explain yourself to people who never intended to understand? Imagine if you used that same energy to build your life instead, to heal, to grow, to become the person you've always wanted to be. Not everyone, deserves front row seat to your story. Some chapters don't need an explanation. They simply need to end. There is freedom in letting people believe whatever they choose, because your value has never depended on someone else's opinion. One day, you'll stop explaining, not because you've given up, but because you finally realized that peace is more valuable than proving you're right. And when that day comes, you'll notice how much lighter life feels. Not everyone will understand you, but the right people won't need a long explanation. They'll understand your heart without asking you to defend it. So the next time you feel the need to explain yourself, pause, take a breath, ask yourself, am I speaking to someone who wants to understand, or someone who only wants to judge? Because the answer may save you more peace than any explanation ever could.